Australia overnight. Now, can love really be found with someone 40 years younger? Now, recently a 23-year-old was attacked online because she was dating a 62-year-old man. And our next guest says that many singles are now widening their acceptable age range. If the thought of dating someone older than your parents or younger than your children fills you with horror, then a 40-year gap isn't for you. But some singles don't mind this as long as that you have matching values, you share some interests, and you're both genuine. Love can grow regardless of any age, says our next guest, Karina Chapman, who's a dating and relationship coach. Welcome back to Australia Overnight, Karina.
Thanks, Pat.
Now, I hope I haven't I've done the whole lot in the intro there, but that's basically where you're sitting with this. So if people are genuine and there is love there, it's only a number and it can be okay.
That's true. I've known of lots of couples with 20 plus, even 25 and more age gap difference that they have a really long life of happiness together.
Is there the thing about the generation gap, though? I'm sort of thinking, me being 50, somebody who might be sort of early 20s, we're not able to connect on various things because, there's a generation gap and her interests might be something different, and then eventually the relationship will sort of peter off.
A lot of people do worry about that, but there are some benefits because if you're older and you're dating someone younger, then you get to keep up with the latest trends and it makes you feel younger as well. And also for the younger person, they get the benefit of your wisdom, of learning different things that you might have already experienced and known.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's a good point, isn't it? You're sort of both bringing that to the relationship. You're sort of tapping in with somebody younger and you'll feel younger because they're as you say, tapping into that generation, you can do the same, and then vice versa. So is it about not overthinking it, just saying, well, this is good, we like each other, and, we're just going to get on with it and just, give our relationship a go?
A lot of the times that's the best thing to do. But to make it successful, what you do need to match in, not in age, of course, but definitely in values and some interests that you share. Perhaps you like the same sort of music even. And a lot of people that are younger do like maybe the 60s and 70s, so you might connect on that. Yep. So there are different ways that you can connect, and as long as your values are in matching, then you've certainly got a good chance of a long-term relationship.
Australia Overnight, we're chatting with Karina Chapman, our dating and relationship coach and the founder of Aligned Connections. Is one of the big challenges about this is what other people think? I know you shouldn't care about what other people think, but is that what makes a few people nervous because others may judge them?
That's right. It is the worry about being judged. It's the worry that maybe someone might mistake you for being their parent or even grandparent if we're going 40 years. So that sort of thing could be a little bit awkward. And I think that a lot of people don't maybe display so much affection in public if they are feeling worried about what other people think.
Is it sort of a new phenomenon, or has this always happened over the ages where people just fall in love no matter what age they are and relationships just happen?
It has been happening for many, many years. But of course, in the media, we only really hear about the ones where it's the woman that's younger and the guy that's older. So they tend to make news a lot more. Whereas out in the real world of all of the rest of us, there are a lot of relationships with the big gaps that have been really successful. And in fact, one of my clients, she had a wonderful marriage with her husband for over 40 years, and there was a 25 age year gap between them.
Yeah. Just looking at the blurb that was sent through here, I guess some people assume all sorts of things. Younger women are labelled as gold diggers. If someone's from a different country, it's assumed that it's for the visa. But is this always true? And again, focusing on other people, which shouldn't matter, but people make these silly assumptions, and how do they know?
Exactly right. And of course, the TV programs out there around people moving country and getting visas and looking like they're actually not really there for love, that they're there to move countries, gives us fuel for the fire. So we do question that sort of stuff. And of course, if the girl's younger and the guy's a lot wealthier, then immediately our thought goes to, is she there for the money or is it for him?
And I guess with any relationship, there's a lot of factors that come into why you fall for somebody, Karina. Am I right there? And it might be they're secure, they've got a career that you like. There could be, it's a package. Is that being a bit sort of, is that right? Because you fall in love with people for many reasons, and maybe they are older and more established, and you're a younger person, and that makes the relationship happen, and so be it.
That's right. Yeah, it does make it a lot more attractive if someone's established, if they're world-wise, if they're well-travelled. There's lots of things as someone younger can learn from that. And if you do love travelling and you want to go with someone that's already got the layout of the land as such in the different countries that you go to, that makes life so much easier and much more pleasurable on your holiday.
You remind me, I bumped into I was doing something, organising something for a couple that I had met, and we were just chatting about things, and he just blurted out that there was an arranged marriage. They had an Indian background. He mentioned that it was an arranged marriage, and I don't know why. That sort of, I think, factors into this discussion that there's many ways that people get together, and who are we to judge?
That's so true. And in fact, many Indian people who are single are really happy to have a match made for them because, of course, the parents, different to how we think, the parents actually really want their son or daughter to be happy. So they do take a lot of time to choose who they think might actually work. However, there are some that choose on money alone, and they might be suggesting someone who's rich, but also someone who is maybe 30 years older, which sometimes is not what you're looking for as a young person. But it definitely is a good thing, I think, in their culture because it works really well. And many of them grow to love each other, whereas we're more like fall in love first before we want to get married.
Yeah, right. 133693 to join the conversation about meeting your partner. Is there a gap in your relationship age? Your thoughts on this, 133693. I guess we've covered this, Karina, but ideally you share some values, you're genuine, and look, if you're the same age or not, how would you describe the perfect situation for a relationship?
Well, I guess there's lots of perfect situations, but if you enjoy each other's company, you make each other laugh, you feel like that person's your best friend, then you can't go wrong from there. And the love that you share can only grow. However, the main reason I think that sometimes it fails with relationships that are too much of an age gap is when children are involved, where one partner wants them, the other one doesn't, right, or maybe one's too old to have them. So that's where they can fall apart and have problems.
Oh, yes, there you are. That's right, of course. And also, I guess there's an extension, you get the relationship, but then there's friends circles. Okay, so maybe I'm dating somebody younger and we're connecting on whatever level we are, but then there's her friends, which might be, 20-year-old. I don't know, what am I saying here? But you got to, then you might sort of not fit in with her broader circle as well.
That's right, and vice versa. She might not fit in well with your circle, but I guess it's like, how much do we want to base our decisions on friends? Can people have a relationship a little separate to their friends and have quality time with friends separately instead of making their partner endure something they don't enjoy? It's all about communication. If you can communicate that you don't really enjoy spending time with your partner's friends, then why not organise for you both to go and spend time with friends at the same time, apart, and then come back together and talk about your experience in your evening or your day.
Yes, which is all a very sort of mature way to handle it, and that's good if you're in love and genuine. And no relationship is perfect, Karina. I guess you just got to find a way to overcome those hurdles, whatever they might be in your own relationship.
That's right. And having a sense of humour together and being able to laugh through difficult situations also helps a lot.
Yeah, okay, 133693. Interesting discussion, Karina. We always love having you on the program, so thanks for being here on Australia Overnight.
It's always a pleasure. Thanks, Pat.